deep in the heart of Texas.
What the hell do you guys want? And more important than that, how the hell did you find out where I was at? If they want some answers, they should have sent someone with some authority. Do you agree with me? Well, it really don't matter if you agree with me or not. On second thought, once you just sit your little carcass down at that table, I'll answer every little question you got. Before we get started with anything, like I said, we're on my time, so we're going to do things like I want to do them. I want to cover something right off the bat.
We're in the business of winning.
The first thing I want to be done is to get that piece of crap out of my ring. I'm serving notice. I don't give a damn what they are. They're all on the list, and I'm fixing to start running through all of them.
We're in the business of winning.
I'm talking about all the way to the top, yeah. But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
We're in the business of winning.
It's been so fast you can't even talk about it. Things are just popping right now. Things are starting to cultivate. Things are starting to grow. Things are getting real colorful.
Look at. We're in the business of winning.
Don't bet against me.
I don't bet anyway.
Don't lose your life.
We're in the business of winning.
Are you kidding me?
We're in the business of winning.
Are you kidding me?
We're in the business of winning.
Yeah, absolutely total control right there. Watch this. Champion's prerogative, and I just exercised that option.
We're in the business of winning. We're in the business of winning.
Yeah, if he wants to keep an eye on me, don't look behind you. Oh, no, don't look in front. Don't look to the sides. Look straight up, because I'm right on top of you. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're in the business of winning.
And any crying or any excuses is just sour grapes.
We're in the business of winning.
And I think that the spotlight should go on top of me. Yeah.
We're in the business of winning.
The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
We're in the business of winning. We're in the business of winning. We're in the business of winning.
Don't bet against me.
I don't bet anyway.
Don't lose your life.
We're in the business of winning.
Don't degrade the champion at any time. Yeah, I am the cream, yeah. The cream of the crop. And there is no one that does it better. On balance, off balance, doesn't matter. I'm better than you are, yeah. I'm on my way. And nothing is gonna stop me. Nothing's gonna stop me.
And we had non-believers all along the way. I have one thing to say to those non-believers. Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Follow your heart, kid, and you never go wrong.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
What the hell do you guys want? And more important than that, how the hell did you find out where I was at? they want some answers, they should have sent someone with some authority. Do you agree with me? Well, it really don't matter if you agree with me or not. On second thought, once you just sit your little carcass down at that table, I'll answer every little question you got. Before we get started with anything, like I said, we're on my time, so we're going to do things like I want to do them. I want to cover something right off the bat.
We're in the business of winning.
The first thing I want to be done is to get that piece of crap out of my ring. I'm serving notice. I don't give a damn what they are. They're all on the list, and I'm fixing to start running through all of them.
We're in the business of winning.
I'm talking about all the way to the top, yeah. But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
We're in the business of winning.
Moving so fast you can't even talk about it. Things are just popping right now. Things are starting to cultivate. Things are starting to grow. Things are getting real colorful.
We're in the business of winning.
Don't bet against me.
I don't bet anyway.
Lose your life.
We're in the business of winning.
Are you kidding me?
We're in the business of winning.
Are you kidding me?
We're in the business of winning.
Yeah, absolutely total control right there. Watch this. Champion's prerogative, and I just exercised that option.
We're in the business of winning. We're in the business of winning.
Yeah, if he wants to keep an eye on me, don't look behind you. No, don't look in front. Don't look to the sides. Look straight up, because I'm right on top of you. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're in the business of winning.
And any crying or any excuses is just sour grapes.
We're in the business of winning.
And I think that the spotlight should go on top of me. Yeah.
We're in the business of winning.
The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
We're in the business of winning. We're in the business of winning. We're in the business of winning.
Don't bet against me.
I don't bet anyway.
Lose your life.
We're in the business of winning.
Don't degrade the champion at any time. Yeah, I am the cream, yeah. The cream of the crop. And there is no one that does it better. On balance, off balance, doesn't matter. I'm better than you are, yeah. I'm on my way. And nothing is gonna stop me. Nothing's gonna stop me.
And we had non-believers all along the way. I have one thing to say to those non-believers. Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
All right, we are officially live.
All right.
All right,
So,
week 14 NFL. We're going to recap the conference championships from last week. A little housekeeping, too. We'll be starting the Bowl Pick'em next week. We'll have a special guest. Mr. Brady Wright will be joining us. He's in the chat right now. Brady, our loyal listener, will get to come on, and he's going to make his bowl picks with us. So we'll have him on next week.
One of the biggest handicappers in Vegas under 15 years old.
The biggest up-and-comer in Vegas right now. All right, so what do we want to talk about last week?
Yeah, let's anything crazy stick out to y'all? I thought TCU might get in if they lost.
Dude,
I thought that too. I was pretty sure you shouldn't get penalized for having to play that week, and then if you lose, a team that sat at home because they didn't make their championship would get in. So I felt pretty good about them. Surprised USC got absolutely demolished.
Yeah, I think me and Ian, we had even said that even if Georgia, Michigan, and TCU lose, they probably still get in. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Right.
So and then Ohio State was, I think we agreed last week too that they were kind of the obvious next man up, considering they had their one loss is to an undefeated team.
And they made a big. I don't know if you watched that Alabama game. Like, as good as their defense was, they're like, they can be passed on. And if you're Ohio State, you're watching this game because Ohio State can pass on anybody. I mean, I'm not going to say that they're going to beat Georgia. Hell no. But I think that's going to be the best game. Michigan TCU is probably just going to be a what do you call it? Smash it out, run it out game.
Yeah, honestly, I thought TCU won. I thought they got robbed on a couple of those calls at the goal line, to be honest.
Yeah, they didn't review. I wasn't watching that one. I came in right, I think, when they were going to overtime. Or was it in overtime where they got stopped on a 4th down and it wasn't reviewed? I don't know. There's a play that people are putting all over social media where there's like the ball's across the goal line and like this wasn't reviewed.
There was one where the quarterback dove and it was really close, but I thought he wasn't short. But then there was another one where the running back like reached across and it looked like he got in to me. I don't know why they didn't call that a touchdown.
It's crazy. I tuned in and it was TCU, or I checked the score and it was TCU doing the same shit. They're down 8 and going into the 4th and then do the same stuff, just go into overtime. I mean, they didn't pull this one out, but it just credit to TCU, dude. They're down at almost every game and they come back like no problem.
They've had a leprechaun in their ass all year. For real.
Yeah, that was probably the best game, huh? Of all of them that I can see.
Yeah, nothing else was really close. I mean, no,
all of them were by like
Alabama
20 points.
Destroyed LSU.
You mean Georgia?
No, that wasn't last week. What are you talking about, Ryan?
Georgia, LSU.
Oh,
my bad, Georgia.
Dude,
yeah,
I went 5 for 6 last week, so I hope I sounded really smart on the stream.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I did too good. I did end up making some bets on the Michigan game, so that probably got me back to even. But I think I came about even.
I thought you were gonna say, no, I don't think you sounded smart.
I definitely got USC wrong, and then I think we all got. Or you picked Kansas State, didn't you, Ian?
I picked TCU -2.5.
Yeah, I did too. I think I took the over in the Clemson North Carolina game. I got that one wrong.
Didn't I was watching that. It was ugly for damn, what's Clemson's score? I can't say his name even if I knew it, but he's transferring anyway.
I don't think they're playing him anymore. I think they're playing Klubnik.
No, he's the other guy entered the transfer portal. They started the game with them, and they were like, "Oh, well, he can't return punts, he can't play defense," and then he ended up getting benched anyway.
Can't return punts.
Yeah, like that's what the coach was saying. Like it's not all on him.
Oh,
like he's not a punt returner. He doesn't play defense. Second half, he was benched.
A&M landed some 5-star running back today.
You want to talk about the mass exodus going out of there, or?
Yeah, so we had I think we had a wide receiver and an offensive lineman, one of which got caught with weed, I think, and then the other one was part of some locker room incident as well. So I mean,
yeah, Marshall was a 5-star. He was, I think, they got expelled.
What's wrong with a little bit of weed, a little bit of butt play?
yeah. So why does that have been an issue? Come on. So I don't know. You could look at it as like a blessing in disguise. So A-Chain's leaving for the NFL, and I think I saw another wide receiver entered the transfer portal. Is that right?
Dude, there's been 15 transfers out of A&M. A lot of them haven't been big, like they weren't big contributors, but a lot are from the 2022 class.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I guess, you know, I mean, this is kind of like the Alabama has a problem that's not really a problem. Is like we had such a good class. I'm not too worried about it. And I'm honestly more worried about how we recruit this year. And we're already, because of that running back, we're now back in like the top 10 or 15. We already got 2 5-stars. So, you know, if Jimbo can recruit again like he did last year with the new NIL rules, then I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah.
Oh, Haynes King is leaving, but then again, I almost see that as a good sign that Connor's the guy and he knows it in a way.
Denver Harris is leaving. That's the big one I think that the Longhorns might be able to get. He was y'all's starting cornerback.
Yeah, he only played 5 games or something like that, so he's able. I think he gets another. He doesn't. I don't know what the rules are, but
the new redshirt rules.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So
Hudson Card rumored to go to the TCU.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Perfect fit.
Yeah, plug in another running QB.
Yeah, so I mean, if Connor's the guy and we got that 5-star running back, and we've always had a good stable of running backs, so I mean, A-Chain's obviously a beast, but I don't know. It probably like at first stings a little more than it actually is going to in the long run. I hope, but we'll see. Jimbo keeps recruiting, you know, we'll be fine, right?
We got another situation where remember we were arguing Bijan and Zach Evans over who's 1 and who's 2?
Yeah, that debate's been cleared.
I know, but it's the same between Cedric Baxter, the guy going to Texas, and Ruben Owens, the guy going to the Aggies. It's like as close as you can possibly get. It's like 0.989, 0.988 on one site. Like they're just back and forth. Which is sweet.
Let's see, I
mean, I like the good old days of Longhorns versus the Aggies for recruits. Let's kick Bama out of this goddamn state.
Never gonna happen, unfortunately. They have like
Bama even get a lot of Texas recruits?
Yes. We probably get more, but they get. I mean, I wonder what the 5-star breakdown would be. Take out that 2022 like weird anomaly year for the Aggies.
So
they got like 7.
If we were to look at like if we're gonna throw Texas and Oklahoma into the SEC, the SC like in terms of recruiting, because I would assume that their recruiting is not gonna slip going into the SEC. The SEC is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of the top 11 teams in recruiting. That's just fucking nuts. That's crazy.
48 teams.
Yeah, for 2023 right now.
So it's probably Ohio State, Michigan, Clemson, and like Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Miami's number 8 and Notre Dame's number 3.
Dude, Miami is always, and then they get ranked number 11, and then they.
Yeah, but this is why. Ren.
They win. I know they win 2 games, and then they get beat by somebody really shitty, and that's like, typical Miami.
If you look at these 3 teams of the Aggies, Miami, and I think it was Michigan State, like 3 teams that were ranked 15 or higher, and then didn't make a bowl game, you feel better. You feel the best about the Aggies, and then probably Michigan State.
Are you talking about preseason and now?
I'm talking about like. I mean, I'd be a little worried if I was Miami. I feel like the U they've got so much just name recognition even still that they're always going to be all right in recruiting. But
and Miami's a good good destination.
Florida State. Yeah.
So yeah, dude, A&M's defensive line. So we got one of our 5-stars is a defensive lineman. That's like if you throw in last year, that's like 5 or 6 like 5-star defensive linemen. That's just fucking crazy. And then the running back is 5-star.
There's former 5-star Texas A&M football wideout. Oh, that was Chris Marshall. So y'all have had 22 players transfer. I was just trying to look for a list because I know some of those D linemen went.
I feel like that's going to be the new normal though for a lot of teams. Like, and again, we recruited so well last year. Like, you kind of figured some of those guys are going to leave if they didn't get playing time. Now, if Jimbo mismanaged them, that maybe that argument could be made. But I don't think so, or you wouldn't think so, but
I don't know. It feels like something else besides players getting in troubles going on there.
yeah,
Like,
Jimbo.
I feel like he rolled the dice. I feel like he went for the best class in history, which he's only going to keep if they make the playoffs. They didn't have that good of a year, and he's like, well, shit, but at least he tried. Like, the only way to keep that much talent is you got to make the playoff. Yeah.
Pull a Bama, and Bama will just guys will sit for 2 years, and they'll be like, well, I'm going to get my 1 year, and that's all it's going to take to get to the NFL.
Yeah, the quarterback position really hurt us this year, but I mean, Connor looked good for a freshman, a true freshman at that. So, another year under Jimbo's belt, you just gotta hope he's the guy. You figure a matter of odds, right, between him and Haynes King. One of them's got to be the guy. It obviously wasn't Haynes King.
No.
So.
God no.
I mean, at this point, can we just get Ohio State and Michigan eventually in the SEC, and then just make a real D1, and then make the current D1 D2, and then just go on from there?
Yeah, eventually it's just going to be like a power 3 or 4, right? It feels like.
With
they should just do an East Coast, West Coast, and then Middle Central, and make those the power 3. That actually seems like a good idea.
Then you know what happened? Be like, how are you way over here in the East, but you're in the Central?
Well, I mean, some guys would be on the border, but that would actually make some sense. I think some guys would probably be a little bit outside of their time zone, but
be weird in scheduling for.
Hold on, I just came up this. I'm going to talk my way through it. It's probably going to sound stupid. But since college players can make money now, can a bunch of players get together and say, we want to play a state of Texas all-star game versus, like, Florida, LSU, whatever, and then go do it outside of their school? Probably not, huh?
No.
I mean, why not? They don't even sign a contract with the school.
The school, I think, still, like...
you don't want to
can't
get
go
hurt
play for another organization. I don't think you can go play for another organization or something unless the school approves.
I mean, it would just be a bunch of guys getting together playing with the coach.
It's like the coaches don't let them do dumb shit like play flag football because they're gonna get hurt.
That's in the NBA and NFL.
Well,
they don't sign a contract in the college, Ren.
Well, I mean, I don't know the rules, but it just sounds kind of dumb.
I'm just throwing it out there, talking my way through it.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I think like when a school like you go and commit to a school, even if you're getting paid, you still belong to that school. So like unless the NCAA puts it on or something, then yeah, maybe. But in terms of just like the XFL or something, like just some other third party, not the XFL, but just like some other organization being like, hey, we're gonna have a LSU Texas All-Star game. I don't know about that. I mean, it's a good idea.
State of Texas All-Star game would kind of be unfair. You'd have to lump some other states together.
Yeah, okay, like Texas versus Florida and LSU, or Florida and Louisiana.
Florida could probably hold their own with FSU, Miami, Florida.
Well, now that we're diving in, are we doing players from their high schools or their current teams? Because Texas would have.
Oh, I thought you meant like current, like so. If they play for A&M or Texas, they would be on the. Once they're in college, then they would play.
Right. So it would be like Texas, Aggies, Baylor, Tech, and TCU.
Versus the nation.
Versus like, I mean, if you did the state of Alabama, that might be too much. Auburn, Alabama, LSU, and Georgia. Leave Georgia out. Do Louisiana and Alabama.
We get Oklahoma. No, they can have Georgia. That'd make it even.
Okay, because then you get Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. And then, so they would get Auburn, Alabama, LSU, Georgia.
I think
Georgia Tech.
It would just have to be I don't know how that would work with the money and stuff. But like for high school, they have like a All-American game and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that would work. But that'd be interesting, like an all-star game for a college. Pro Bowl.
Dude, yeah.
They'd all drop out like they do in the bowl games already.
Yeah, right. They would just get the recognition and then be like, I'm not playing.
Yeah, I'm not playing in the bowl game. Like,
yeah,
RC not playing for Michigan.
You have to wonder how serious it'd be. Because they're not really playing for anything.
No. It should be like people that don't make bowl games. Oh, that'd be some real shitty Army, Navy people.
Yeah. All right, so that's probably a good recap of the last week.
No recapping of the games except one.
Well,
No, we talked about them.
Yeah, Utah and then Georgia, LSU. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, all the games were 20-point blowouts except for Kansas State and TCU.
UCF, Tulane.
That was that was like a 17-point win for Tulane.
Where we missed the lead here. Drake May is transferring.
Who's Drake May?
He's his name's Drake May, right? The Heisman
front runner
from North Carolina.
Why the fuck is he transferring?
North Carolina QB. Yeah, dude, I saw that he's entering the transfer. Oh wait, 22 hours ago. Now he's returning. I thought he was transferring.
That doesn't make any sense. His team was good. He's a Heisman front runner. Why would he transfer?
Now, yeah,
I mean,
I see here May back to UNC. Could never leave this place. Just kidding, guys.
Just wanted to feel out my offers.
Who are the top contenders for Heisman?
I guess there was reports that
Caleb Williams,
Stetson Bennett, Duggard, May, Drake
Stroud,
May,
Stroud, Williams.
I think it's those top four.
Yeah.
We got time for a Big 12 conspiracy here, or we should say that one?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Oh my God. First of all, the Big 12 released their rewards. Bijan's the second running back. Insane.
Behind who?
Some douche from TCU that nobody knows. And then the national awards, Bijan's up for the Doak Walker, like the best running back award. TCU guy isn't. And then Jalen Ford was clearly the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. He didn't get it. And then, did y'all see that stats I sent you about the holding against Oklahoma and Texas? There was like three or four calls in all the games for offensive holding
against the other teams.
Yeah, and I mean
that is pretty crazy.
Unverified stat straight off of Twitter, but I believed it.
Who's this running back that got ahead of?
He's TCU's running back. Let me.
Ren, Miller, Everhart, Estrada.
K. It starts with the Keandre something.
Isn't he a Hispanic guy?
Kendre Miller, maybe?
Kendre Miller, yeah.
All right, so let's pull up this douchebag stats.
I'm looking at him right now.
Average 6.2, not bad.
17 TDs.
Oh,
all right, now let me see.
That's a good one.
Yeah. 1,300 yards, though. Robinson's got to have more than that, right?
No.
No?
Quinn Ewers came in.
No. Okay, first of all.
Quinn Ewers, you know when you have a bad quarterback, they can focus in on the run. Quinn Ewers came in, and they couldn't.
I know you're trying to get your Quinn Ewers distance in, but Bijan is 1,580 yards.
Let's look up Quinn Ewers stats. Oh, here, I got him.
We're talking about
Quinn
this.
Ewers stats unavailable.
Okay. We're talking about Bijan's stats right now going up against this guy. Rushing, Bijan has 258 attempts for 1,580, and he has 6.1. So the other guy actually has 6.2 average, but he's got
less yards.
Robinson has 18 TDs.
And go over to receiving. Bijan has 300 yards and 2 more touchdowns.
Kendre Miller has 116 yards and 0 touchdowns. Yeah, how does he... What the hell?
Well, I don't know. He's also
I'm
playing...
telling you.
Robinson beats him across the board.
Yeah, I think it's just because of the whole... I mean, I thought one of two things. Well, three things. Obviously, conspiracy. But then either you know the players that are going to get the bigger awards. Like, Bijan's up for Doak Walker, so let's give this guy... like Big 12. It was like more like the Big 12 team, and he was just RB1, which was ridiculous. Or it was TCU. He's the best, one of the best performers on TCU. Like kind of like the same thing. Like Stetson Bennett's going to the Heisman ceremony, but he shouldn't be there. But Georgia's undefeated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he's just on the better. He's just on the better team, kind of thing.
Yeah. Stetson Bennett, I think, has maybe 12 touchdowns. Something ridiculous. I was watching the game. He doesn't have Heisman numbers at all. It's just his team's undefeated.
Let's
yeah,
see.
it's ridiculously low.
Hey, Robinson's even got three tackles, dude.
Unbelievable.
Like, he's everywhere.
That's hilarious. Dude, that's basically how many interceptions did Ewers throw, and Bijan's over there making the plays.
Yeah. That's funny.
Ewers threw about 3 picks per game, so Ewers couldn't even hit a defender. God.
By the way, he declared a Longhorns fan.
Yeah.
And this is what we get.
Exactly.
We don't want him anymore. We'll trade him. We'll trade him to the Aggies for Brady.
I said
Sticking with Weigman, dude.
I said Hudson Card needs to come in this game. And nope, didn't listen. Now he's going to TCU to win a national championship.
He ain't gonna win a national championship.
He's better than Duggar, that's for damn sure.
0 penalties against Oklahoma State.
Hey, did y'all look up
Longhorns played them?
I'll look it up. Stetson Bennett.
Talking about the holding penalties again?
No, 0 total penalties for the whole entire Oklahoma State game.
Oh, when y'all against Oklahoma or against y'all?
Oklahoma State, my bad.
Okay.
When Texas played Oklahoma State got 0 penalties.
There's
like some blatant ones.
That's just they run a clean program up there, you know what I mean? They just run a clean get their discipline, that's right. Did either of y'all pick the Army-Navy game at all? Just by curiosity?
I picked a bunch of
I'll pick one right now. Army. Navy. I mean Navy.
Yeah,
Navy.
Navy's favored by 2.5. The over/under's only 32.5 points. Good lord, that's so low.
There was a thing on Twitter that said, "Who wins, Army or Navy?" And I put, "I'll tell you who wins. Every other TV platform while this game is on." Because this is gonna...
Dude, could you imagine being a wide receiver getting recruited to Army? Like, why even? You know what I mean? Like, why even go?
Dude, they got to be just backup running backs. Like, the only reason you would go is or maybe like tight ends, but I can't imagine.
Okay, I shit on Stetson Bennett a little too hard. He had 20 touchdowns, but still, that's not Heisman material.
Yeah, but his team's undefeated. The quarterbacks are going to get a lot more credit for their team's
I think
wins.
it's all quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No?
Yeah,
Oh,
Caleb
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think it was Caleb Williams, Stroud, the guy from TCU, the guy from Michigan.
Bennett.
And then Bennett.
Michigan.
Yeah, I didn't.
No.
Sorry, man. I got that wrong.
Corum was the running back, but I think since he was hurt and didn't play last week, I think he's out.
I think he just said he's not playing the bowl game. I think he's one of those. He's just sitting.
No, he's getting surgery, I think.
I didn't know Quam was up for the Heisman.
Well, I mean, he was on Michigan, so yeah, it's Caleb Williams, Stroud, Duggan, and Bennett.
Not Drake May.
Nah, he kind of fell out the last few weeks. I think they had lost like 2 out of 3.
Oh, didn't he shit the bed against Clemson too?
Doesn't look good from that score.
Yeah, I saw him throw a couple interceptions. I was like, that's not going well.
All right, we want to go over to NFL.
Let's do it.
Ian, you're first, right? You won last week.
All right, yeah. Let me. The two big games I got are. So first one would be Raiders -6.5 at the Rams.
Okay.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs leads the league in rushing yards.
I think he's questionable.
Yeah, but I think that means he's playing.
Nick has him on fantasy, so
yeah, I have all the Raiders. I have all the Raiders on fantasy. By the way, I'm leading my fantasy this year so far.
Nice. I think questionable means he's playing.
Probably.
Rams are fourth in rushing yards allowed, but Aaron Donald is doubtful. So that's like a huge hit to their rushing defense. Devontae Adams has been absolutely killing it.
Rams are
Raiders.
Rams are 3-7-2 against the spread as well. The Raiders are actually 6-6 against the spread.
Oh yeah, I had some nice little trend notes down there. I was going to talk about that.
Go off, King.
I didn't I didn't know that Chandler Jones is on the Raiders. But the last 3 games, he's been leading the league in QB pressures. He got 3 sacks last game. Raiders on a 3-game win streak, so they kept their playoff hopes alive. So they have something to play for. The Rams don't. The Rams are bringing in Baker Mayfield. They're bringing him in, or they got him on Tuesday, and he may play in a Thursday game.
Stinks of desperation.
Yeah, like if he plays, I don't think that's a good thing.
He got cut for a dude in the XFL, from the XFL.
Whoever plays for the Rams is not good. I think we can all agree on that.
Rams have lost 6 straight. I don't see any the Raiders are playing for a playoff spot. They have a quarterback. They have a running back.
Devontae Adams. They got a wide receiver.
Devontae Adams.
Zero.
Exactly. The Rams, yeah, but what are you doing if you're the Rams?
The Raiders are, I think, last in defense or something. But yeah, like Ren said, the Rams are gonna push them or something? Like, I don't think so.
I mean, I had to go against it because I got to go against everything right now.
Yeah.
But some 3 trends I found somewhere. 62% of spread bettors are siding with the Raiders to win another game by at least 7. I don't know if that's good or bad because that's the general public. And then 62, the bettors are siding with the game going over. I think Ryan had mentioned that.
Yep, the line's pretty low.
The Raiders have covered in half of their games, and half of their games have gone over this season, whatever that means. That's actually, I don't know how that's.
So they're 6-6 on the over/under, and they're 6-6 against the spread.
Yeah. The Rams are 4-7 against the spread.
I have 3-7-2 against the spread. I guess it depends what the final number was on some of those, but yeah.
Yeah, I got Raiders -6.5 and the Rams. I believe I put that as a 4.
So I got lucky. I actually punched this last week, and I got the Raiders -3.5. So,
Jesus.
And I put about $40 on it too. So,
high roller.
I figured 3.5, and the Rams are squirming. The Raiders were rolling, and I was like, that line's only
$40.
Yeah, that line's only gonna go up. So
rent's gonna be free this month.
That's right. McDonald's on me, boys.
There's tiers. It's Mickey D's, Applebee's, and then what do we say the other one was? Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, and then I guess we go any higher than that, it's got to be like some white tablecloth steak place.
Steakhouse. All right, so my next big game was Steelers -2.5 versus the Ravens. I think we all know Lamar Jackson is probably not playing. Well, actually, yeah, he's not playing. Tyler Huntley's playing. Who's Tyler Huntley? Oh, no, it's not Huntley. It's Huntley.
Oh, so he's not the little running QB?
You thinking of the guy that was from UCLA?
Yep.
No, not him. I don't think so. So that their backup QB is playing, right? That's the Steelers' weakness. So that kind of, that's
Steelers starting is their weakness.
No, Steelers' weakness is their passing defense, and you don't really have to worry about Huntley slinging the ball around. And the Baltimore's receiving corps has been banged up. They're ranked as one of the lowest teams in passing yards per game. So I don't think the Steelers get hurt too much there. And then Ravens' strength is their running game, but Pittsburgh shuts down their opposition's running games. They only allow 107.5 rushing yards a game. I guess, yeah. Ravens got a QB with very little experience. So they're going to look to rely on – basically the Ravens have to try to run, which is the Steelers' their run defense is their strength. And the Steelers at least are –
your camera's flickering out.
Oh, hang on a second.
And then Kenny Pickett for the Steelers, he's been performing better lately. They've won 3 of 4, and Pickett hasn't turned the ball over in any of these last 4 games.
Got Nick out of here.
In the first 5 games, Pickett had 8 interceptions. so they were kind of struggling. But now at least he's not turning the ball over, and they're being competitive. Like I said, won 3 out of 4. Najee Harris has been coming on of late. He's gone over 80 yards or scored a rushing TD in 4 straight. Someone just hang up?
Yeah, Ren, but he's back. Yeah, and the Ravens are 4-7 against the spread, which is actually kind of surprising. 4-7-1, and the Steelers are actually 6-5-1 against the spread.
And Baltimore's 0-3 in its last 3 games against the spread.
Interesting. Yeah, Baltimore. Lost to Jacksonville. They beat Carolina by 10, embarrassing, and they barely beat Denver.
Yeah, so give me Steelers -2.5. I mean, it is a rivalry game. It probably will be close, but I got more faith in the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, Steelers only have 1 bad loss the last 5 weeks to Philadelphia, which is understandable. They lost 35-13, but then they beat New Orleans by 10. They lost to Cincinnati 37-30, which is respectable for Cincinnati's been playing good. Then they beat Indiana and Atlanta as they should. So,
do y'all want to go through your big games, or you want me to just run down the rest of mine?
The only other one I guess I had 2 more technically. Yeah, you go ahead. You got another one. Go ahead.
I don't have another big game. I just got the rest of my picks.
Okay, I'm gonna take the Jets +10 against the Bills. White for the Jets has been looking pretty good. The Jets actually beat the Buffalo Bills at home last time. So if you want to give me 10 points on the rematch, that's fine with me. Von Miller's out for the season. The Jets lost by 5 to Minnesota. They stomped Chicago. They didn't produce anything against New England, but I think that's the game where White was like his first game or something. And then again, they beat Buffalo by 4 points ago. The over-under is only 43 points. So again, I'm kind of going with that logic of 10 points for what they consider to be an average scoring game. That just seems like a lot of points. And again, Jets are 7-5 against the spread. I'll take the 10 points on a short road trip over to Buffalo. So Jets are 4-2 on the road. So I don't know. 10 points just seems like way too much for me. Seems like it should be more like a touchdown or 6 points or something.
Jets definitely have outkicked their coverage this year.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, the fact they're above 500.
I took the Jets +10 just because, kind of had to.
Yeah.
Y'all go Bills.
Yeah, and the Bills, I mean, the Bills, I mean, they're still good, but they haven't been like blowing anyone out. They lost to the Vikings by 3 in overtime. They only beat Cleveland by 8. They only beat Detroit by 3, and then they beat New England 24-10 on I guess that was technically that wasn't the Thanksgiving game.
Thursday.
That was Detroit, yeah. So I don't know, like the Bills just aren't blowing anyone away really. So I mean 10 points. Again, they've already played once. The backup quarterback looks pretty good, so I'm not too worried about that. I mean, Zach Wilson wasn't exactly amazing to begin with, so I'm going to take the 10 points. That seems like way too much.
Yeah. Can't fault you for taking 10
I'm going to go with the Bills. I mean, I'm going to take the 10, especially the opposite reason. They are playing it back up. I think the Jets definitely overachieved to this point. It's probably why they're 7-5 against the spread. Yeah, and where's this at? Is it at the Bills?
It's at Buffalo. That's a short trip, though. I mean, that's a couple hours.
Well, oh, no, I had to take the Jets. Well, I just made the whole argument for the Bills.
Yeah, I took the Jets +10, so... And then the only... Unless you got something else ran on that one?
No, I really believe in the Bills, but Jets is on my sheet.
Yeah, and then the other one I took was Miami. Miami -3.5 at the Chargers. I think Tua will play, so I'm not too worried about that. I mean, the Chargers have been, I think, kind of underwhelmed this year. They're 6-6. They're 2-3 at home. The Dolphins are 3-3 on the road, It is a cross-country trip, which worries me a little bit for the Dolphins, but the Dolphins have just been rolling, man. I know they lost to San Fran last week by 16, which isn't good, but, I mean, the Chargers in the last 5 weeks have lost to KC, San Fran as well, and the Raiders last week. So it's gonna be good weather, so I don't think that'll have an effect on anything. It'll be just like Miami weather, if not better. So I'm gonna take Miami -3.5. I just think I don't know. The Chargers just aren't doing it for me, and right now the Miami's just rolling. So might want to take the hook for the 3, but 3.5 is okay.
Nick, I think your camera got hacked.
Yeah, I don't know what it's fizzling out. You got any other big games, Ren?
Not all your games, just the big games.
Nope.
No.
Oh my God.
Should we just run down the rest of our picks real quick?
Yeah, if you want, that's fine. I think I have yours pulled up. Yeah, I got yours pulled up here.
All right. I think I mentioned I wanted to talk about this. The Lions are -2.5 favorites versus the Vikings. They're a 5-7 team. The Vikings are 10-2. So I looked up some stuff on this game.
Yeah, explain
3 of the
this one.
last 4 meetings between these two have been decided by 2 points, and then the other contest out of that 3 out of 4 was only a 4-point victory by the Vikings. I mean, I don't understand why the Lions are still favored, even just reading that. I mean, the Lions, they did lose their 6 of their first 7, but they've gone 4-1 in their last 5, so maybe Vegas is taking into account both of those things, the how close this has been played in the last 4 years, and then the fact that the Lions are actually hot. But I don't know, it's still surprising, but it's such a crazy line. I took it for a point.
I went ahead and took the Vikings straight up for the juice. I just I don't know. Just seems like the Vikings are definitely the better team. You are right though. The Lions are rolling, but then again, so are the Vikings. They have that one bad loss to Dallas. But then other than that, I guess the Vikings are kind of squeaking out wins, whereas the Lions, when they win, seem to win big. Beat Jacksonville 40-14, and the Giants 31-18. They barely beat Chicago though. Barely beat Green Bay. So,
I got Chiefs -9.5 at Denver. And I put because one team is 9-3 and one is 3-9. So I think it's a rollover game as far as Denver just not trying. There's absolutely nothing to play for if you're Denver. They've been getting their ass kicked all year. I feel like if KC gets up, they're still playing for seeding. So I think KC rolls here. Even though it's 9.5, I'm still taking it. It is. It's kind of crazy that, I mean, technically Pete Carroll's a defensive coach, but it seems like, Russell Wilson leaves. Seahawks still got an offense. I think Ren is frozen. But, Seahawks are still rolling. Russell Wilson ain't doing shit. I mean, even with garbage receivers, you should still be doing something. If you're like I don't think Russell Wilson is as bad as whatever's going on here, but that's just crazy. But yeah, I took KC and then Panthers, Seahawks, just because I went through and I just picked. Yeah, you're back. this is one line that I thought looked dumb, so I just went and I took it the way that, usually I'd say give me Seahawks -3.5, but I'm just testing out all year, just seeing what these crazy Vegas lines do. So I'm just taking Panthers and the points for no reason. It seems like it should be more points for the Panthers. They just lost their QB, unless Baker was lower in the line.
Probably. I mean, they've been switching out between him and PJ Walker for a while. I don't think he affected the line that much.
Well, that's all I got for my NFL games. Only really 2 strong plays and then 3 ones. What's up next, Nick? What happened?
His microphone's.
What's it doing?
It's coming through his computer. Oh my god.
How do you know, Ryan?
Nick, you couldn't hear the difference?
I don't know, Ryan. You're also frozen. What is going on here?
Every time he gets off, you freeze, and then
Now it's just me. All right, guys, we finally got what we wanted. There's a podcast led by me. Oh, y'all are back?
Yep. And I don't think you'd be streaming without Nick. You'd be talking to yourself.
Oh, looks like I'm talking to a red box from you, and
I'm not fixing it. I don't even know. Probably just hit the camera button, huh?
yeah, just turn on your. Now y'all.
Do what?
Okay, got it.
God
yeah. Dang it. I don't know what is going on, bro.
What happened with your mic?
I don't know. It just like cut out. I think
so what you...
I have like a little USB extension on my my computer. So it like wasn't working.
Excuses. So what'd you get this week, Nick? 0?
I think I ended up with -4 total.
Oh, so I'd be next.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead. And then Ren drops out.
God dang it.
I have no idea what's happening. Everything's going to shit. Absolutely boomer tech over here. Ren, you there? Oh man, we're crashing.
Whenever
and
you do come back, just keep your mic on.
Let's see. What did you have any more? You did. Oh, Panthers and Seahawks, and then yeah, Lions Vikings was a weird line. I think the 9.5. You can get under 10. That's probably good against Denver.
I mean that Denver's 3-9. I mean, you get down a touchdown and this team's rolling on you. These guys ain't gonna be trying.
Yeah, agreed.
Maybe some backups trying to get some playing time.
Let's see. Let me look at mine real quick. What did I have? So yeah, we went Las Vegas. I took the over 42 for the Raiders and Rams as well. New York Jets +10. I took Minnesota money line for the extra juice. I took Cincinnati -5.5 versus Cleveland. Cincinnati's at home. Cincinnati's just been playing really good, and the Browns are atrocious on the road. That was kind of mainly why I did it.
Sean's back.
There we go. Yeah, you want to go ahead, Ren, with your picks? I was doing mine, but.
Well, I mean, you're the one who keeps throwing us off over there.
Yeah, you just went out, Ren.
Yeah, because I thought if I hit exit and then try to come back, it'll let Nick in, which it did, and then this seems to be where it messes up soon. Now, I picked the Rams +6.5 against the Raiders just because I knew I needed to go against what y'all did. Dallas is going to absolutely destroy the Texans. They can't even figure out a QB who's starting. I mean, Kyle Allen started for us for 2 games. It's embarrassing.
That's Aggie 3-game legend.
That line's up to like 18 now.
Still taking it. Dallas.
Still taking it.
Cincy, for what Nick was saying, they are playing good. I was hoping I'll take the Browns.
Cleveland's 2-4 on the road, and Cincy's 4-1 at home. So I think they'll cover
Cincy's
that
a better
5.
team than they've been.
Yeah, Cincinnati
playing.
9-3 against the spread.
I'm not sure about this line. Vikings was 2 against the Lions. Lions always just throw a wrench into things, but I took the Vikings. One of the more steady teams in the NFL.
That's what I was talking about. It's the craziest line on the board because it's a 3-9 team versus a 9-3 team or something like that.
Yeah.
Or no, wait. That was the Kansas City Denver
10-2
game. It's
Minnesota.
like a 5-7.
5-7 Detroit. Yeah.
So Tennessee -4 against the Jags.
I did too.
Really don't know about that game. I mean, Tennessee, they're both pretty bad teams.
Oh, I'm sorry. I took the over 41 in that game. I didn't take the spread.
Yeah, I didn't really think anybody'd take Tennessee or even want to bet on this game. Eagles -7 against the Giants. Eagles have just been balling. Hurts looking like he could throw the ball this year is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Ravens 2.5 against the Steelers. Kenny Pickett is atrocious at quarterback for the Steelers. I don't care who plays for the Ravens. Harbaugh is a pretty damn good coach. Chiefs
So is
9.5
Tomlin.
against the Broncos.
Tomlin's pretty good.
Yeah, but Tomlin. Oh, y'all can't see me. Yeah, no. Taking Harbaugh.
They almost have identical credentials. One Super Bowl each.
One's blood. We're on stream.
Which side are you going for?
Not that I have no idea. So Chiefs 9.5 against the Broncos. I'm gonna take anybody against the Broncos. San Fran -3.5 against Tampa. I mean, Tampa blows. Probably led by their leader. San Fran. Give me that all day. Jimmy Garoppolo go out there on one ankle and be better than Tampa's quarterback. Seahawks.
Yeah, how many Super Bowls he got? Just since Tom Brady's been to Tampa.
Seahawks -3.5 against the Panthers. How in the hell is that only 3.5? Should be like 10 points.
What? Who?
Seattle versus Panthers.
Seattle, because Seattle's been struggling a little bit lately.
And have you looked at the Panthers?
Guess who has more wins in the last 3 games?
Guess who just lost the #1 overall GOAT pick?
Panthers beat
Dolphins. Good.
I would say Panthers have beaten Atlanta and Denver, lost to Baltimore by 10, but Seahawks lost to Vegas or the Raiders in overtime, and Tampa Bay.
Atlanta and Denver can combine their teams and make a decent team.
They barely beat the Rams by 4. The Seahawks. That's their one win.
Ryan, first of all, you're wrong. You keep giving P.J. Walker credit. I think they've been playing Sam Darnold.
No, he played last game. I saw that. Dolphins, Chargers. I just went with the over 51. I think that's going to be easy to hit. Especially if Tua's playing.
Yeah.
Pats -1.5 against the Cards. I mean, you got the GOAT. Got to give him the 4 points.
When you're echoing.
Of course I am.
Put some headphones on.
Am I still echoing?
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, wow. That fixed it. Okay.
Yeah, you essentially... everything you just... Yeah, you are still echoing. Everything you just said is pretty much what I picked, too.
Yeah. Geniuses think alike.
It sounds like one of y'all's volumes coming out of the thing.
Ren, you're echoing. So your speakers are on. Your mic's picking it up. All right, so we got NFL out of the way. Ian, you want to settle? You want to settle this? The Die Hard.
Oh man, you got me without my notes. Hold on, let me pull up my stuff here.
Ren, where do you fall on this, by the way, Ren?
Yeah, Ren, you talk about this.
Kinda in the middle, because
shut
Christmas, it's like they're gonna promote it all over TV as ho ho ho, Christmas movie, Die Hard, Die Hard marathons. Kind of falls in the Christmas zeitgeist, as I would say.
You motherfucker. That was my
man,
final
once
point.
you
I told him
it's
about
in
this
there,
the other day.
it's
You
in
stole
there.
it. You stop right now. Stop on my point. You're elaborating my stuff I told you yesterday.
Yeah, right. I just
go
want to
ahead.
know what side you're on.
No, I mean, it's kind of 50-50 for me. It's not a Christmas movie, but it's a movie that's always played during Christmas. Boom.
I'm not falling for the propaganda just because they pump it out during Christmas.
Nick, was it? Not falling for the propaganda.
Hold on.
It's a rabbit hole over here. Oh my God.
So do we?
Hold on.
The beginning of that video was so great.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was pretty good too.
I was like, because the title was so long, I was like, what is this about? And I'm like,
I changed the
Nick must
title
be
to be like Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie afterwards, but I wanted the original title to be like, oh man, I gotta see what this is.
And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my God, I think it's too much time on his hands. Then when he leaned down, I was like, fucking Die Hard.
Yeah. All right, Ian. So
all right, hold on.
Do we agree?
Nick, you're not gonna come here. And you're just like, but you presented a speech as if it was unfathomable that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. You were throwing in as if it's a big conspiracy just to get Die Hard.
It's capitalistic propaganda, consumerism at its finest. I'll have none of it.
First of all, consumerism at its finest is the definition of Christmas. You hear me, Nick?
Exactly.
That's the definition of Christmas.
Don't you point your finger at me.
So basically, you're saying...
And it's like, boop, NP Sports has been discontinued.
Yeah.
Dude, Santa would bitch slap you right now. There's a Christmas tree, obviously. It's at a Christmas party. I'm pretty sure he says, like, ho, 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 mother effer. Does he at one point wear a Christmas hat?
See, I don't...
It's snowing?
So, like...
It takes place on Christmas Eve?
We have to agree on the parameters of what makes a Christmas movie. Like, just because it's around Christmas time is not good enough for me. I don't think that counts. Like, because
I believe it's Christmas
See,
Eve.
that's what I was saying. It's a movie that plays in Christmas all the time, but it's not about Christmas.
It's not like about Christmas cheer.
Stupid terrorist. And
what are Christmas movies about? They're about family coming together, and that's exactly what happens in Die Hard.
But that's like a backdrop. It's not like Christmas Vacation, right? Where like the whole time he's with his family. It's just like a backdrop where he wants to get home. It could have been any other day.
It's a terrorist destroying Christmas.
Oh my God.
The terrorist doesn't want to take down the building. He wants to take down Christmas.
I don't even think he can hear you right now. I think he's going to get his Viking horns. Some shit.
Oh, no.
Oh, and he's going to turn it back on with his...
All right, so...
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
I said your camera's off, by the way.
Sorry, I had to do something.
Okay. What was I even saying now? I thought he fainted out of his chair.
I was saying like Die Hard or Christmas being the backdrop to me does not constitute a Christmas movie, right? Christmas time does not exactly equal the spirit of Christmas.
Well, okay. What are they doing on Christmas vacation that makes it Christmassy?
Like they're
hanging out?
They're with their family. It's like the whole thing about having to have a bunch of relatives, like, and they're all getting on your nerves, putting up the Christmas lights.
You're right. That thing's all about Christmas. Hold on.
Yeah, going to get the Christmas tree.
That was a bad example.
So like
bad example.
Like Batman Forever, right? Like that could technically be just as much counted as a Christmas movie, almost as Die Hard is, in my opinion.
No.
I mean, it's around Christmas time. There's like a big Christmas tree scene. I'm sure there's a lot of Christmas puns in there.
Christmas pun. If you're referencing Christmas, then it's Christmas movie. Like if you're consistently talking about it, and
so like what?
Let's say it wasn't. What Ren destroyed my closing argument, or one of my big points, is because it is now intertwined with Christmas Forever because of this debate. makes it a Christmas movie. It's in the Christmas zeitgeist.
Yeah, but the whole argument of it being a Christmas movie is just that it's set during Christmas time. That's like 90% of the argument.
I think there's some Christmas puns in there. I think there's a ho 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 mother effer.
Yeah, but like I don't think a bunch of one-liners like constitutes a Christmas movie. Like, so, like the Christmas spirit, right? Like Die Hard is not about the Christmas spirit, in my opinion. Like he's trying to stop a terrorist from stealing a bunch of money.
Well, okay, wait, hear me out. How many times has there been a Christmas movie where the plot is somebody wants to, like, it's the struggle of one person to get to others for Christmas? That's basically Die Hard.
You're talking about like trying to steal something on Christmas and someone's trying to stop them?
Like there's a few movies about like the whole point
the
is
Grinch is pretty shitty if you think about it as a Christmas movie.
The whole
Still a
point
Christmas
of those
movie, though.
movies is just for someone to get back home for Christmas, and they're going through all these trials and whatever to try to get home for Christmas.
See, yeah, like good point, right?
Die Hard.
Like, okay, so like Jingle All the Way, right, with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's Die Hard.
Right, but the whole trials and tribulations that he goes through are all Christmas related. It's like getting a toy. The whole time he's trying to get this toy for Christmas. Like stopping a terrorist from stealing millions or billions of dollars is not relatable to Christmas.
It's not if it's over the top Christmas movie. It's if it's Christmas movie.
I don't think so. Like, and the whole thing with his family, like, that's just his everyday job. Like, he's going to try to go home to his family, right? Like, just because he gets off on a sidetrack and he wants to get home, to me, like, that doesn't make it necessary. That's not like a Christmas theme in and of itself.
Oh, the score includes Run DMC's Christmas in Hollis.
Yeah, I talked about that too. Like, again, it's just because it's set during Christmas time, they play Christmas music. I think that's just kind of
a lot of things are turning up Christmas.
Yeah, because it's set during Christmas. That's not like it's like it gets close, but then there's no like Christmas spirit. You know what I mean? There's no like Christmas themes after it just simply being around Christmas time.
It might not be a Christmas themed movie, but it's like movies that people like to watch during Christmas are Christmas movies. Right?
I give you the argument that people watch it during Christmas, but that still doesn't, in my opinion, that still doesn't make it a Christmas movie.
Introducing Bruce Willis.
All right, so what about Home Alone?
Fuck Home Alone. That's not
So
Christmas.
I actually think you might have an argument here that Home Alone is not like theoretically a Christmas movie, but it has so many more like underlying tones of Christmas. Like, so he's
What's
like
family values? They forgot their kid.
Yeah, like he's in his community, like he's like with his neighbors trying to stop bad guys from specifically stealing presents. Like there's a difference between stealing millions of dollars from a corporation versus like the Grinch.
You're not gonna steal my present.
Who wants to steal presents, right? That's a little more intertwined.
I thought they were
with
trying to
Christmas.
kidnap him. You're not gonna steal me.
No, look at this. Hold on.
The first one, they're stealing presents because everyone's out on vacation, so like they're trying to steal and rob the houses. And then in the second one, I think they're more or less they're trying to steal from a Christmas store, like a toy store. In the second one.
Okay, we're getting off
shit.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that is a movie that's not exactly about Christmas, but it's one of the everyone just believes it's a Christmas movie.
And
get this,
he goes to midnight mass in both movies, which is definitely a Christmas thing. He meets the old man at midnight mass. In the first one,
on record here,
and then that
midnight mass,
that old pigeon lady on the second one, like so, midnight mass is definitely a Christmas thing. Yeah, it's like a one time a year Christmas thing. Like it's like the one time that everyone goes to.
Well, I know. I mean, I know what it is, but that's like, okay, hold on.
I mean, let's not forget that like Christmas is a religious thing at the end of the day. Origins.
So It's a Wonderful Life is considered Christmas? I just saw this.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so, right?
But it doesn't even shift gears to the Christmas season until an hour and 40 minutes into a 2 hour and 10 minute runtime.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie. But that one, I don't know. That one's that one's considered more like a life lesson, right? Isn't it? I don't know about that one. I haven't seen that movie in so long.
I've never seen it.
It is
Never
definitely
remembered.
considered a Christmas movie, though. You're right. But like Home Alone, like I think Home Alone is a good. I think it's a good like minimum watermark for Christmas. Like that's what barely makes a Christmas movie, in my opinion.
I mean, you got
and Die Hard's
villains.
right under it.
You got a character going against villains.
That's not
that,
a Christmas
one's
theme,
trying-
though. That's like every
mean,
action
but
movie.
it's set in Christmas.
He's comparing. I think he's saying they both have this.
Yeah, so I'm saying like if Home Alone gets by, Die Hard gets by.
But like the whole thing about the Home Alone villains is like they are still after like a Christmas theme goal, like robbing the toy store and then robbing everyone on Christmas and stealing their presents in the first one. Do you know what I mean? Like it's much more Christmas involved than just stealing a bunch of money from a corporation or a company. Do you know what I mean? Like stopping a terroristic plot is not Christmas themed. Like that's not Christmas related. And that's like the main thing that Die Hard revolves around. Also, I also mentioned I would have given Die Hard more credit too if like the third, fourth, and fifth one like had stayed around Christmas. That might have been enough to push it over the top, but they abandoned that in the third one.
Oh, it was still in the second one too?
Yeah, the second one I didn't know that. I looked it up. It was on Christmas again.
Nice.
Had they kept that theme up, it'd probably be enough to push it over the top.
Well, Die Hard 1's related to Die Hard 2, so that counts. The flight attendant, now I'm just pulling straight off the internet, wishes him a Merry Christmas. He's carrying a giant teddy bear with a bow on it, a Christmas present.
That's just around Christmas time, though. And, like, he doesn't even see his family till the very end, right? Or does he? Do you even see him with his family at the end of it?
His family that he saved? I think he just saved his wife, but...
Like,
now I have a machine gun, ho, ho, ho.
Oh, come on. That's so weak. That's like if Batman Returns has a bunch of silly Christmas puns in it.
I did see that pull up on a list of things that people are trying to crowbar in. I didn't even know that.
And then what were we just talking about? What was the one before that? He's like, do they even show him and his like kids around the Christmas tree or anything at the end?
Bruce Willis actually is Santa. Is how the movie ends.
Yeah, John McClane doesn't hang out around a tree with his kids. He just bangs his wife all day, and they didn't want to show that. One of his line, just because a movie is set at Christmas doesn't make it a Christmas movie.
Is that what you just read?
Yeah, something I just read.
What is that off of? Reading like a forum or something?
It's like, yeah, so someone just posted, because all the polls always go, yes, Christmas movie, but then it's like breaking it down.
I mean, like, it's close, right? Like, it's obvious. It has an argument. I'm not denying the argument. It's just that the whole, like, 90% of the argument is just that it's set around Christmas time. I don't think that's good enough to call something a Christmas movie. Like, it has to have the Christmas spirit, right? I just don't think, like, stopping a terroristic plot, which is mainly what Die Hard is about, like, constitutes it enough to be a Christmas movie.
I feel like you stop a terrorist. That's a lot more than just having Christmas spirit.
I feel like
Aaron's going the other way.
Maybe
you're bringing a lot of joy to a lot of people.
Maybe to the the dumb masses, it might be it's about stopping a terrorist plot, but it's about reuniting with family.
I don't think so. I don't think people watch Die Hard for the feel good part of it where he gets back with his wife and kids. They're watching it for the action scenes and him killing a bad guy.
I just didn't let you come on and besmirch the name of Die Hard.
And then also with with Home Alone, right? Like there's the aspect of like it's kind of the same thing where like he's separated with his family, but like they show the mom, like a good quarter of the movie is like the mom also trying to get back to her kid, right? So like it shows both sides of it trying to come together, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And there's like the whole family aspect, or like they're traveling, like that's a big Christmas thing people do. It's like 20 of them go running through the airport or whatever, in the
Oh, aren't they
in
in
the,
airport in Die Hard? That's Die Hard 2.
That's Die Hard 2.
Yeah, but like with like 20 members of his family, like I don't. It's just like him and his.
They are at a Christmas party though.
Yeah, I already said all this, dude. You're going through the basics right now.
I mean,
you came out and you watered down my. Now that it's in the Christmas zeitgeist,
You took
it's
the win from
affiliated
the
with
sales.
Christmas. Yeah, that's Christmas.
does Die Hard have Christmas toys for sale?
He has a teddy bear.
Also, one of the ones I read said that he kills a bad guy in a Christmas suit, like a Santa Claus. It's like what? Cow is killing Christmas, like Christmas spirit. Yeah, I killed Santa.
I don't know what Christmas you go to.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So like, what was the other one? Oh yeah, it's like Trading Places like takes place during like Christmas dinner, you know, but like it's not really about Christmas.
I don't even know what Trading Places.
That's a classic one with like Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd.
Oh.
Or like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is like about them trying to get home for Thanksgiving, you know, but it's not really about Thanksgiving. It's more like the journey that they have. Like, same thing with Die Hard. It's more about the journey of him going to get this bad guy than, like, family or Christmas or anything like that.
Ooh. Side note, what about Gremlins?
Yeah, I brought that one up, too. Like, I don't really know if that one constitutes his Christmas spirit, right? He gets, like, a toy or something, or he gets a gremlin or something.
Yeah, but I thought the Gremlins are... Yeah, that, and also... Don't they keep doing shit with the presents all the time and the tree? I think it's just also set around Christmas. That Google just pulled up related to Trading Places and Die Hard, and I saw Gremlins. I remembered, yeah.
Struggling inventor Randall Peltzer visits a Chinatown antique store hoping to find a Christmas present for his son. Inside, he encounters a small furry creature called a mogwai, which is Cantonese for devil. The owner refuses to sell Randall the creature, but his grandson secretly does, warning Randall to remember 3 important rules. Do not expose it to the light, especially sunlight, which will kill it. Do not let it come in contact with water, and above all, never feed it after midnight. So, like, see, it's not. It's like about creatures and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there is a lot of, like... I guess they actually play more into the... Like, I just watched it recently. Not that good.
It's been a long
everything
time
is like,
since I've seen that one too.
It's more like these little fuckers. They're not scary. They're just annoying. They're making messes everywhere, and I'm like, shit, they gotta clean that up. Like, it's more like they're just little douchebags. Should be called douchebags.
Yeah. And then, like Batman Returns, right? Like, it's set during Christmas on the night of the city's Christmas tree lighting. Oswald and Catwoman kidnap the Ice Princess, which is Gotham's beauty queen, and lure Batman to the roof above the ceremony. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't really consider that a Christmas movie, though. That's kind of a lot of the same things as Die Hard.
Yeah. No.
We'll just have to agree to disagree.
Yeah, I mean, I just couldn't allow you to go unchecked on this just hour-long shenanigans you put out there.
It was like 30 minutes.
It was definitely like an hour or something.
No way, it wasn't that long.
Wasn't it?
I'm gonna pull it up.
I think it was like 36 minutes. I think.
I mean, just the bullshit you came up with at the beginning made it seem so long. 31 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Pretty funny.
I can't believe you were saying that capitalism and all that makes it anti-Christmas, which is the definition of... No, wait. You're saying it's just capitalism and consumerism,
I'm kind of being silly,
which is what Christmas is.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm not saying everything I say is true.
Yeah, it's meant to be a funny video. But I do stand by it's not a Christmas movie.
And back to round 1.
Yeah. That's all right. We can leave it there,
right.
I guess.
Yeah, wrapping this up.
All right, any last words?
when yours sucks.
Next week we'll do the bowls and NFL as usual, but we'll do the bowl pick'em with Brady. I think the way we'll do it is we'll let Brady go first on any of the games he has, so like he can.
And then we'll smash him down until he's no longer a fan.
Let's all agree to disagree with every pick he has.
So we're gonna break down every single bowl game, or just like find like 20 main ones or 15 main ones, or?
Yeah, I guess like we'll go over each one, but like we'll kind of quickly go over the ones that, like we do with this, right? Like we all have to pick one, right? And I made it a spread pick for each one, and you can still, so we have the bowl pick 'em, and then you can still put games you want to on the spreadsheet. Does that make sense?
Yep.
We're just like any additional game. Wait, what do you mean?
So the bowl pick 'em
like
bowl pick 'em in itself is a like 25 points or whatever it is. Like the bowl pick 'em, whoever wins that. You can also go game by game in the spreadsheet for extra points or lose more points.
Yeah, I got you. All right.